Hey, welcome to this episode of the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast with me, Iona Meade at the Soul Legacy TV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. And today is Health Freedom Tuesday. Yay! We're talking about balancing our health and our wealth as spiritual entrepreneurs, as light workers, getting our movement and our message out there and aligning all things that we need. So including our health and our wealth. And so, in this episode, I want to talk about my highs, my lows, give you a practical episode so you can journal along with me. We can visualize, which I didn't actually press play on my vision board before going live, but I know what I've got on my vision board. Hey, thank you for the love. How are you? Hopefully you are all good. Let me know where you are watching from in the world. So it's health. And I usually say that Relationship Freedom Friday of the Seven Freedoms of this 7-day podcast is my favorite day, but health has to be the most important day, I think. So how are you feeling today? Hopefully you're feeling really good. You're feeling really healthy. I'm going to dive into the episode and walk you through each segment. If you're new to me, let me know. And if you are not subscribed to the Soul Legacy TV Spiritual Business Success with Iona YouTube channel, then do subscribe. I am streaming this out and I will repurpose it into a podcast episode as well. So health. So I was just listening to a book to put the context on health, and I usually share the book at the end, but what I'm going to do is share it now. So this book that I was just listening to is called Healthy as AF, and fill in the F bit, right? And so chapter 3 was like woo woo alert. That's what it's titled as. It's all about happiness. So health is all about happiness. Like, you know, like, well, how do we relate our health to our happiness? But our emotions, right, relate to our health. But the happiness in terms of the image that we have for our own health. And on my vision board challenge, I talk about health in terms of mental health, your environmental health, your social health, your physical health, your spiritual health, your all the health, right? Every health that you can think of. And so they were talking about, the author was talking about health in terms of how you feel in your body. How do you feel in your body? Do you feel healthy? Do you feel like, for me, when I went through my last spiritual awakening, early 2023, right to the mid 2023, to be fair, I felt burnt out. And so this was part of me building this Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast and saying, you know what, success leaves clues, and success is about being healthy as well. So I really wanted to look after me. So I feel amazing now because I've been doing this process and I've been working on my health and my fitness. And so when I look back from, hey, welcome, from when I look back, we're talking about health and wealth and balancing that health, because without health, we don't really have much, right? And so when you look at last Tuesday to now, which was Health Freedom, the Health Freedom Frequency, how have you been looking after your health? Or have you been paying attention to your health? Have you been eating right? Have you been sleeping right? Have you been drinking what you need to be drinking? Taking breaks when you need to be taking? Looking after all your mental health, your emotional health, all of those healths, and being healthy in your business, your relationship with money, your relationship with the people that you are working with, all those, everything just being super, 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 super healthy. And then how do you want your life to look and feel by next Tuesday? So what do you need to do? So this Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast is about adjusting. So the book was talking about your health in terms of your body image. And so we know when physical health, so on my vision board, I have me in a bikini, feeling all hot and looking all hot on the beach because I love beaches. And as I travel and while I teach, I want to look amazing. I want to look my best. But the author was distinguishing between like your weight and your just feeling healthy. And spoiler alert, it's about feeling happy now, even when you're not working out, or even when do you know what I mean? And it's like, and that goes for every single area of the Seven Freedoms Frequency, as I share on your contribution, your health, your emotions, your environment, your relationships, your spirituality, and your finances. It goes through all of those areas. And that's why I'm here journaling with you and just sharing, seeing how do you feel? How do you feel about your own health? How do you feel about each area of your life? And let's set intentions to up level and improve on it. So I feel amazing actually in my body at the beginning, no, in the middle of the year, the beginning and the middle of the year. When I was fostering 3 children under 5, I felt burnt out because I was the last one to be taken care of. I wasn't taking care of myself the way that I am now. And I do drop off and all the things. Welcome. I do drop off on all the things. And so the author was talking about is, again, the book is Healthy as AF. And I usually share this at the end, but I thought it was really good to set the context of it is just how you feel and the image of what you've got and the comparison. So the author was saying that she is Canadian, and hey Van, how you doing? Good afternoon. It's good evening for me. Well, it's 8 o'clock for me in the UK. So welcome. I'm talking about health and wealth and balancing that as a spiritual entrepreneur and how healthy you feel. You know, as we're behind closed doors and as we're online and we're doing all the things for everyone else and juggling family and juggling all the responsibilities, sometimes we forget to check in with ourselves. And so Tuesday is the day when we check in. And so the author that I was reading the book, she was saying that the body image is different in different places in the world. So in Finland or somewhere that she'd gone on a school trip, I don't know, whatever it was, some trip, and she's Canadian. And she said they'd asked her if she wanted to go into a spa. So she's like, yeah, that's fine. So she went into the spa and then they all joined her like naked. And she was like, what is going on? I think it was like a trip or something, like a college trip or something like that. And she said that she was like, oh my gosh, like you've seen your family, you know, with no clothes on. And they're like, yeah, because they're my family. And she was like, you haven't seen your family? Like, no, because it's my family. And so the idea was to normalize what your body image is and be healthy. And fortunately for me, I did normalize. Even my daughter says, you know, that body confidence you taught me, passing down that healthy. So if you're healthy now and you feel healthy and you feel good, that's a legacy that you're leaving. Have you been passed down a legacy that is unhealthy? So I was having conversations, I won't say with who today, with a family member, a soul family member, and we were talking about what has been passed down. And in terms of health, actually, genetics, and in terms of what you have witnessed in your environment, like growing up. And so if it wasn't always healthy and it was quite toxic where what you grew up in, have you turned that around? And are you practicing that? I really want to know that you're looking after yourself, and I'm here for it. So I will dive into the episode in the different segments. But for me, my health, like working out and stuff, that's really big for me. And I was saying, I think it was Sunday, my throat was hurting. I was like, oh, I'm not sure if I'm coming down. I don't think I'm coming down with anything. And then I said to my niece, I said, do you feel, I feel like a little bit, I was saying that I felt a little bit frazzled, I think, on the Friday. And she said, yeah, I feel a little bit drained. And I was like, what is going on? And as a family, we're like, no, we're not doing that. And so on the Monday, we both said, it's a bit like funny, you know, to swallow. And I was like, forget this. And I just jumped on my workout, jumped on my water, all the things. I'm like, yeah. And then today when we checked in, I was like, how do you feel? And she's like, I feel good. And I said, yeah, I feel good. We just said that we're just not welcoming that. It's just that. So I feel really good. So hopefully you feel really good. So let's dive into this episode. And again, I usually share the book at the end, and I just listened to it and I thought, you know what? How we see ourselves and how we compare to others sometimes influences our health, especially our mental health, and that comparison online to that health and that wellness and that wealth and that well-being. And it's not healthy for us to do that. So the first thing that I want to talk about as this segment, and I believe I asked, and if I didn't make it clear, how do you feel? We're going to rate your vibrational frequency between a 1 and an 11. 1 is don't get a 0 because you're breathing. But 1 is like, I'm not having a really good day. I don't feel healthy. I feel whatever you feel. Like, journal it out. If you don't want to comment, that's absolutely fine. But journal it out. And you know, an 11 is like, I feel on point, source, it's guiding me. If you saw the light change, then my Mac went off. sources guiding me. I just feel amazing, and I can say I do. I feel really amazing in my health. When I was working out today, I was doing the V shred. I used to do Insanity. I was doing the V shred workout yesterday and today, and from when I first did it, I'm like, oh, I'm a machine. It just felt so much better. And the author was saying, for the healthy book, was saying that, you know, when you feel good, then start working out. And when you work out and you've never done something before, it feels weird. It feels like your muscles, you feel like you're weak, you feel like you're just not used to it. Your brain is not wired those whatever it needs to, and you know, keep you strong and keep you healthy. And the more you practice, the better it feels. And again, I think that is for every single area of your life. As I do this podcast, I'm like looking down at my notes, but I'm not reading them, not scripted. I know the sections I want to, because I've done it for so long. But in first, when I'm doing it, even doing my videos for the Spiritual Awakening and a YouTube Summit, which is tomorrow on Emotional Freedom Wednesday, I'm like, I have no notes whatsoever. I just uploaded the stuff today. Like, the more you do things, then the more you get used to them. So how do you feel if you are new to something that you're practicing health-wise? Be gentle with yourself. So I'm an 11 for my health, and I will rate that down. I will rate it every single day. Let me know where you're watching from, that you are watching. I can see a couple of you on. And if you're somewhere where I can't pull your comments in, I apologize. So the next segment is about your vision board. And I talk about this every single day because I want you to do the vision board challenge. And my spiritual business vision board challenge, again, the health, I walk through different elements of health the way that you might not have thought of health. But when you break it down and you start to build your business around it, or you start to build your relationships around it, or you start to build a business model that's going to afford you the finances, Gloversville, New York, upstate, I have to actually add you in the community. I haven't actually. I'll do that on Friday. Thank you for sharing that, Yvonne. So, you know, what was I saying? So, with the vision board, when you create that vision of health, you're automatically vibrating at a different frequency, and then the universe will give you all the things, the tools that bring in what you need to look after your mental health, your emotional health, your physical health, your spiritual health, your environmental health, all healths, right? Just create a healthy life, because, you know, not always are we shown that. Sometimes there's a lot of things that are toxic online, or there's a lot of things that are toxic in our families of what we've grown up for, especially as light workers, when we, hey, welcome, when we strategically place ourselves in environments that don't necessarily feel as healthy, right? So that's the vision board. The vision board challenge is there for you to go through. I will do it live. I cannot believe it. It's going to be December in like a few weeks. Cannot believe it's the second week in December at 7:30 p.m. UK time. Monday to Sunday, I will do the vision board challenge again live. I haven't even like put it out there. I haven't even promoted. I'm just going to jump on and do it live again. I cannot believe it's like half a year almost since I did the one in July. It's absolutely not quite, but it just goes by so quickly. Before you blink, when you set your intentions and you're living intentionally every single day, that's why I do this. And every 24 hours, I'm coming in and I'm checking in and I'm sharing. Yesterday was a really short video for Contribution Freedom Monday, because I was just like, do you know what? I'm not feeling at my healthiest. My mental health, my emotional health were not on form. I absorbed certain things that were not mine. Not absorb, what I processed, things that were not mine. I intentionally processed it though, to see things that were in alignment with me and would be healthy for me and would be healthy for my business. It was around dating and who I let into my life and who I engage with, and it was deep. It was quite deep. I would say, I wouldn't say dark. It was a very dark topic, very, very dark topic. But it didn't feel dark. It felt like for me to be in alignment with my vision and my values and raise my own vibration. but it took a hot minute. And I don't know if I'll ever disclose what it was because I don't really want to be associated with it. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I'm not sure, but it was like, wow, it was shocking. So it put me off like actually going through the whole episode. But I feel really good again today. And I felt good yesterday. I felt good at the outcome that I came at. And I know I'm being quite vague, but yeah, I think it's quite shocking. Okay. So vision board, that wasn't in my vision. So I was able to say, let me try it on, let me take it off. It doesn't fit me, doesn't suit me, it doesn't fit me. It's not my thing. And universe, I'm not quite sure what you're doing, but you can stop now, is what I thought by the end of that day. So next segment for the Seven Freedoms Frequency podcast, and welcome. Let me know where you're watching from. The next segment is, hang on, I've got my notes, is, gratitude. Can we express gratitude for all of the things that we experience? I've got a gratitude stone rock, and we're going to pull in the gratitude for all areas of our life, right? For our health and our wealth and all the freedoms. And I want to express gratitude for what I've just said because it gave me contrast. So have you ever had something that is so like unthinkable and unspeakable that you're like, oh, I don't even feel like I can even share that? Have you ever had some news or something like that? I'm like, oh, wow. Because I'm quite open. And I think if I would have that kind of thing in my life, I would want to blurt it out every single day. Like literally, it'd be on my mind every day. So I'm happy and I'm grateful and I appreciate it. So that's how I do my gratitude. You might do your gratitude by writing it down. I call this soul speaking into existence. If I raise my vibration, you raise your vibration. We're ultimately really raising the vibration of the collective, right? So we do this every single day. So we think of the things in the past, the present, or the predicted future, which is on your vision board. Either way. So join me in expressing gratitude. I'm happy and I'm grateful and I appreciate contribution, goodness. I'm happy and I'm grateful in the contribution that my guests make to the summit. I'm really happy and grateful for that. So thank you. So we have 3 new guests tomorrow. We have Zan, we have Nicole, and we have Ilona. So I'm happy and grateful for them. Oh, I'm happy and grateful and appreciate. I wanted to say, I'll say that for a relationship. I'm happy and grateful when you're so excited to say gratitude, right? Happy and grateful and appreciate the V-Shred workout for my health freedom. It was lit today. So 2 days in a row, 90 days. I'm challenging myself and I feel great. My body is getting better and better and better. 50 feels good on me. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate emotional freedom. So this is where I'll express gratitude for yesterday, for emotional freedom and processing how I feel about certain situations that other people bring to me, the news that they bring and the choices that they've made that I necessarily wouldn't make. But just going over to that point where, you're not judging and you're not, being super judgy. We judge, don't we? But we're not being super judgy. We're not condemning somebody. We're just trying to make peace with whether emotional. I processed a lot yesterday. So I'm happy and grateful for that. Happy and grateful and appreciate environmental freedom. Ooh, I'm happy and grateful and appreciate my environment where I went to London and I was able to connect with my goddaughter because she's amazing. Happy and grateful, and I've been thinking about her a lot. I'm happy and grateful and talk about relationships with my goddaughter. I'm happy and grateful and appreciate, listen to this today, right? Super excited about this. So I'm doing a video, didn't quite get to record it because I had some background noise. I've got my dress on, but I'll record it tomorrow. And so it's about calling in your soul tribe, right? And it's the first video that I've created like along the lines of my book. And so as I was doing research on YouTube, as you do when you create a YouTube video, you kind of see what's out there and how you could put a different angle. And there was another lady, Temple of Akasha, Tasha, is on YouTube. And I was watching her video and she had 3 ways to attract your soul tribe. Go and have a look at it. Not now. And I was like, that's a really cool video. And then she announced that she has a monthly call. And I was like, oh, I have a monthly call. That's what I'm teaching, to connect with your soul tribe, call in your soul tribe through these monthly calls. And I was like, oh, I want to be on your call. So I looked in the comments where she'd pinned, and she said, so I'm happy and grateful for this relationship, right? And she said, somebody else had said, well, I clicked the link and it was broken. So I said, I clicked the link and it didn't work. She instantly got back to me. And she said, it's funny, like divine timing, that I'm going to start these up again. I had to like leave that by the wayside, but I'm going to start these up again. Like, I'd love to have you join me. I was like, oh, love it. I said, and we were both like, divine timing, calling in our soul tribe and our soul family. And then she said, I said, actually, I'm looking for guests on the Spiritual Awakening on your YouTube summit, relationships. And I'd love to, chat to you. And she said, yeah, I just had a look at your YouTube channel, watched the first video, you talking about passive income streams. That's where I'm at. This is great, divine timing, blah, 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 blah. And that was it. And I'm like, oh, love it. So happy and grateful for relationships. Like, when you know what relationships you want to call in, you just get happy about it. Happy and grateful and appreciate. I'm like, thank you, universe. Can't go without saying that. Like, happy and grateful and appreciate spiritual freedom, guidance, asking, and it is given. No more needs to be said. Happy and grateful and appreciate finances. What have I got to say about finances? We went shopping, got everything that I need to eat wise, and eating more healthily this week, because I've been eating rubbishly over this last week. So that is my gratitude. Hopefully you enjoyed gratitude. I know that's like watching me doing my gratitude, but hopefully it's inspiring, like being happy and grateful. And we know gratitude is like great. So welcome. Let me know where you're watching from. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Just saying, share this out. Somebody else that needs to be healthy and wealthy in their spiritual business. Launching your day is the next segment. How do you launch your day? How healthily do you launch your day? Do you get enough sleep so you're waking up refreshed? How are you through the day? Are you feeling tired? Are you feeling worn out, drained? Are you feeling alert? What's your value for your health? How you're launching your day, how you're leading your day and leaving your day. That just means a morning routine, daily routine, and a nighttime routine. Do you have one? I would say, and so then I'll say the next segment is to take soul guided action steps 1 to 3 to be more healthy. And I know what came to mind for me is making sure I don't wear a lot of makeup, but taking off my makeup at night. Just saying, really looking after my skin. Like, I haven't got bad skin, I've got good skin, but I'm just saying, that's what popped into my mind. So that's where I'm going to take that every day. Like, and if it's not every day, I will like beat myself up. But because I'm coming on the podcast every day, I'm wearing it, and my lips and it's like cold and stuff. My lips are super, super dry. So I've got some lip balmy stuff, but yeah, and I'm growing my nails and doing all the things, but just to feel good, and to feel good while I'm on camera, to feel good throughout my day. So how do you launch your day, lead your day, and leave your day? And does it match up with the image of what you want your day to look like? That's quite a superficial one, but it's like, it's looking after me. Excuse me. So it's important to me. Maybe it's something little for you. Maybe it's something big. So how does your life, the way that you're living it, differ between how you really want it to live it on your vision board, and how can you move towards those different things? For me, having that health and that wealth, and being in like on beaches and in warm countries and traveling and doing all those things, that's the dream. So I'm recording and doing my recordings to move me further along that path. So what are some of the steps that you can take to move you closer to that dream? And I was talking, as I was saying, I was dating, talking about the Maldives. Somebody said, what's your dream destination? I had to think about it. And I had not put the Maldives on my vision board. And I said the Maldives. And it's like, oh my gosh, I was thinking of that this week. And there's an all-inclusive deal for like $5,000, like 2,500 a piece. And, 6 days in the Maldives, all-inclusive and blah, blah, blah. We were getting all into this, right? All in. And then, like I said, I had that news to process. I'm like, I'm not going to the Maldives with you. So yeah, it's like universe is giving me the things, that health and that wealth, And, have you ever been to the Maldives? What's your dream destination? We'll talk about it on Environmental Freedom Thursday. But just, do you feel more healthy in like a warmer environment? In the UK, in England, it's cold and it's raining, and that's okay because it's needed. But I would like to be on the beach. I'm just saying, like, that's my dream on my vision board. And so it's like, what steps can I take to actually manifest that dream? I'm grateful for where I am, don't get me wrong. But yeah, beach is calling me. So the next action step is the Bank 50K 50 Days Challenge, which brings us in nicely because we'd all be on the beach. We had financial freedom and had all of the choices and were earning our $1 million a year in our business. Would you choose to be where you are, or would you choose to be on the beach? I would choose to be on the beach. That feels really healthy for me. So it's like, okay, make peace with where you are and take steps to manifest that. And so we have the Bank 50K and 50 Days Challenge. If you haven't played this with me, this is my journal. I call it the Soul Legacy Journal. It's a notebook. It's a blank notebook, really. And I call it 365 Days of Your Spiritual Awakening Story, a co-created soul path to spiritual alchemy for lightworkers. And so the idea, this journal gives you £1,000, dollars, or euros every single day. And you get to spend it you get to spend vibrational money. So Abraham Hicks talks about the prosperity game, if you've ever heard of that. Frederick Lerman talks about the prosperity consciousness. Spending vibrational money, meaning what I call vibrational money, meaning going and writing out what you're spending it on, letting the universe know that you receive, you're willing to receive, you're willing to allow that whatever is on your vision board, that lifestyle, that healthier lifestyle, so where you're not stressed, where you're not worried, where you're not all those things, you know what I mean, like the health of everything, that you would let that in. And so money can assist in that. And so we spend our vibrational money voucher. There's rules. We tithe 10%. We come from the space that all our bills are taken care of, all of our expenses are taken care of, all of our taxes are paid, and all of our savings are all done for the next year. So we get to spend this vibrational money, right? We bank 50K in 50 days. And when you do the vision board challenge, you post your homework in the group, the Bank 50K in 50 days group, the Soul Income Game with me, Iona. There's a Facebook group right now. And we do have a private student group. And I do have a 2-hour monthly coaching call called the 7 Freedoms Frequency Call-in Gym that talks about this. And I walk my students through. So if you want to come on to that, then let me know. When you do this vibrationally, I invite you to do it in the visible world as well. So there's the Bank 50K in 50 Days Challenge for real. And the link is in the show notes. I have a masterclass around that. It's called the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Masterclass. It happens on the last Monday of the month at 3 p.m. UK time. So my students, I gift them the call, my boot campers and my masterminders. It's usually a $77 a month call. I love it. I love watching and witnessing the health and well-being of my students just go through the roof, because we're focusing on it, and what we focus on, and where energy flows, where attention goes, energy flows, right? So we spend the vibrational money voucher, Bank 50K in 50 days. I'm going to pull the card in a second. What is next? I think it's a card. Way. Oh, we're doing well for time. So this card, Keepers of the Light, this is the card for today. I'm not even going to be able to say this, am I? Cernunnos. It's not that. Cernunnos. Oh, you know what I'm saying. Did I do this yesterday? Life Force. I'm gonna pull another one. I think, did I do this yesterday? I might have done it so early this morning. No, I think it was Paul the Venetian yesterday. I think I'm doing it so early in the morning. Express your driving passion. Sensual and sexual powers are increased. Now, I don't want to go into this in depth. We could go through it on Relationship Freedom Friday, but we could talk about sexual health as well. I'm just saying that when you are dating, right, just be mindful of your sexual health, because there's a lot that goes on in the dating world, and I'm very mindful of that, very, very mindful of that. And I am very healthy in my body image, etc. But just staying in alignment with my values is hard on the apps because there's a lot that goes on. And I know that certain mamas would have raised their sons. And I'm not saying women because I don't know about the women, but certain mamas would have raised their sons, and mamas would have raised their sons to conduct themselves in a certain kind of way. And I cannot wait to create my dating app, my spiritual dating app, Awaken Soulmates Marriage CV. I'm excited about that because I think that the dating world needs revolutionizing in that way to only connect with people. I don't want to be on a site where people want things that are casual. Do you know what I mean? I want to have a safe and sacred space, and that to be safe and sacred, it's just absolutely ridiculous. So whatever that said about sexual powers and all things, maybe, but with the right person. So I'm shuffling the card and I'm going to see what comes up because I think that was from this morning. It feels like forever away. Hang on, I just had one jump. There we go. Mary Magdalene. Thank you, Mary Magdalene. Let's come and bring some energy. Teacher awakens. You have something important to share. Yes, I do, you see. Follow the inner call. Don't let anything stop you. Yes, yes, yes. Do you know what? Sometimes it feels like that, doesn't it? It's like, do you know what? I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it today. I don't want to get out of bed today. I'm done today. Like, yeah, this is hard. Don't want to do it. Why should I do it? Like, yeah, universe, you're not meeting me in the middle. I've been doing this for ages. It feels like that sometimes, doesn't it? But then you pull a card and it says, Teacher awakens, right? You have something important to share. What do you have to share with the world? Are you sharing it? Are you behind closed doors? Follow the inner call. Don't let anything stop you. That inner call won't go away. It's such a driving force for me anyway, and I'm guessing it is for you. It's that inner call is like big, 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 big. So I want to hold space for your inner call. So one, the vision board challenge is in the show notes in the description. 2, the Bank 50K in 50 days challenge. Share that out, invite others in. It's all free. And the monthly call, the Spiritual Biz YouTubers Networking call that happens on the first Monday of the month. Before we know it, it's going to come around again. 12 times in a year. The year goes by really super quickly, and we want to be intentional with every single day. So if you want to hold space for others to hold space for you, like minds, our soul tribe, to root for your business success, your spiritual business success, and co-create and collaborate and connect. And I'm just like out there, I'm holding this space and getting this space going because it's for spiritual entrepreneurs within a movement, and not everybody's holding up their hand and saying they've got a movement. And I'm like, that's fine by me because I will just keep going and I'll root out the people. Like today, finding my soul tribe, like the call is for me, but it's for everyone else. And it's an invitation. I'm giving up my time, and if you want to get on that, great. If you don't, then that's okay. I have freer time, and I just handpick the people, or the universe just brings the people to me. I would love to get the community going again. I did have the Spiritual Businesswoman Network, which was able to be built really easily, and I think it was a different time. It was before everything else was going on. It was early into the pandemic, but I honestly do think that there was a lot of people on there, not as spiritual businesswomen or as spiritual businesswomen, trying to say, well, come over here to my stuff, rather than actually we want to add our energy and our voice as a collective. I think that there needs to be a shift in the spiritual community as well, and that entrepreneurship and that light workers, like just actually really coming together to make a difference, and not just saying, oh well, we're connected, we're a collective consciousness, and then detaching. That for me, it makes no sense. That is it for Health Freedom Tuesday, right? I can't believe it's half an hour. Yay! So I've got my dress on, so I might even have time to do my video live about calling in your soul tribe, and that need to call in your soul tribe. We need to call in our soul tribe. We need to call into our soul family, because we are not here to do it alone. So that is me. Iona Meade. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. Share this out. Comment down below for watching on the replay. Thank you, Yvonne, for joining me. Thank you for everybody else who's popped in and out. Really appreciate you spending your time with me. You are born to serve. You are here to shine your light. You are here to share your gifts. Get out there and get it done. I shall speak to you soon. I shall see you tomorrow for Emotional Freedom Wednesday. Take care.